Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you again with another video, and today we've got my first GFCC 164 scale model. This is another Chinese acronym brand, I believe here. I got it from AliExpress, of course. GFCCtoys.com manufactured. That's interesting. It's got an Albany, New York thing on the bottom here. That's interesting. Just 99 Washington Ave, Suite 805, Albany, New York. Limited edition, $499. I don't know. It was sold by AliExpress. It's got kind of the... It's just telling you, hey, it's an accurate scale model, not a toy. I'm going to have to check out GFCCtoys.com. This thing doesn't appear to have any Ferrari licensing on it. It is a 250 California SWB 1960. However, I don't know that licensing is a big deal for vehicles that are this old. I don't know if this is past like the... I don't know. I'm not really sure if they really even need to license stuff when it's this old. So this is a model of a 1960 car. They may be able to do that without using the Ferrari name and it not be a big deal. I'll have to look into the murkiness of that. Because I am curious. So this came from AliExpress again. It came in a plastic outer kind of protector thing for the box, which I guess is kind of cool. If you want to really conserve the box and make sure it stays nice, it comes with this. I find these to be kind of annoying, to be honest with you. They're a little bit sharp-edged for the plastic. But I guess if you want to keep your box in pristine condition, this is like a protecto, essentially, for a boxed die-cast car. Then this has a plastic wrap on the outside as well that we have to remove to get to the actual vehicle itself. Now, first appearances with this, and this was not cheap. I'm going to tell you that straight away. This was on the pricier end of premium 164 scale die-cast. So let's just say there are some tiers to prices, right? This is, to me, kind of up into the upper tier of a die-cast piece, below resin, but higher than normal die-cast metal. Okay, resin's usually pretty much the most expensive. Cellophane is sticky, but we got that off of the package there. So you're looking at, like, your Hot Wheels premium or whatever is like $6, $7. Your, like, domestic, we'll call them domestic premiums. So, like Johnny Lightning, Auto World, M2 machines, stuff like that, somewhere between the $6 and $8 range, I guess we'll go. And then you got like your mini GTs, which for us are, in a little bit of an upper range. And then typically like Inno 64 and like higher end tarmac work stuff is up in the $20 range. This is up in the $30 range, along with like RLC pieces and stuff like that, which cost about the same price. But I would argue that this is a lot cooler, at least for me. Okay, for me it is. So quick look around the packaging. There you go. And it seems that GFCC make 1/43 scale cars and 1/64 scale cars, but their 1/64 scale cars are actually more expensive than their 1/43 scale, and they seem to be actually more detailed than their bigger scale alternative. So we've got a sticker or piece of tape there that is holding the acrylic case. So we'll go ahead and just kind of peel it off gingerly here. And we got the top of the car is actually in a little blister that's stuck inside the case as well. We will explore that in a moment. I don't think I'll ever really display this with the top on anyway, because I think it looks really cool as a convertible or as a top off. It's got kind of the telltale Chinese die-cast thing going on, which is a metal little plaque right here. This says 250 California, SWB 1960. This is number 50 of 499. That's pretty cool. They came out with this in a few different colors. And just first impressions of this thing are holy tamale, cannoli. Holy wow. It is very, very, very detailed. Extremely detailed. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this piece, and I kind of instantly, when I got it in my hands and I checked it out even through the packaging, I was like, oh boy, I'm going to need to get some more of these. I mean, look at the detail on this thing without even taking it off the base. If this rolls, I am going to be very, very impressed. We got a little sticker here that's holding the hood shut, which we have to very carefully remove. And I think I'm actually going to do that while it's still on the platined. If we can get that. Okay, well, I want to be very, very careful with that. And probably a fingernail is going to be the winner here. Here we go. All right, got that off of there. Now, while it's still on here, we're going to open up the hood, actually. Maybe. Maybe not. I just want, it feels like it's going to be extremely fragile. So I am trying to be very careful with it. I know it's kind of silly to stick metal in here, but there we go. If you're really careful, you can do it. There, and the hood actually kind of pops up and stays up. And look at that detail inside of there. I mean, yeah. That's some good detail. All right, we're going to close this. Oh, it closes really pretty nice and tight, too. We do have a little bit of residue on here from the sticker, which I'll probably have to take care of off camera. I don't know what I'm going to use necessarily. Maybe just a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and I think that'll clear that right up. And I don't think that will damage the paint, but we'll be very, very careful in doing that. So 2 screws holding the casting down. Not a big fan of that. I wish they would have done it the other way, where it's just 1 screw and 1 peg. And yeah, this thing, dare I say, it rolls like a Hot Wheels almost. I mean, it rolls. Yes, this is very, very cool. I'm trying to be very extremely careful, though, because these rims even feel fragile. I don't want to like knock that little thing off. And look at, they're open. Those are open holes in there. So this thing's like layered. That is pretty insane. Here's the base. Base is detailed, but fairly basic, I guess. Here's a look at the front end here. Yeah, lots of detail. Ferrari logo up front here. Again, I need to wipe fingerprints off of it and stuff, but it's there. Looks like the Ferrari logo is like kind of a glued-in decal, so there is that. It's not perfect. We get headlight covers, and then there's headlights inside of there, of course. Photo etched metal, it looks like, for the little grates on the side. We've got a separate piece for the exhaust. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to be very careful with this model. So, Ferrari in the back, taillight detail. Yeah, interior. Look at the interior on this thing. I mean, this is, and then look at the wipers are separate pieces as well. Another photo etched metal piece, and then of course we had that really cool detail inside the opening hood with pretty tight panel gap there. I mean, you can see it pretty wide when you're looking up close, but I mean, from a distance or any sort of distance, it's among the best I've ever seen. The tires are a soft rubber, and like I said, it does roll, and it rolls quite well. So I will have to clean some fingerprints off of it. We will have to do that. We do also need to check out the top of the car, which is in this little piece. Now, I could have gotten this with either this hard top. The other option was a rag top, I think. And I opted for the hard top. And it just sits on top, it looks like. So it doesn't really attach in any way. And, I mean, if you wanted to, I guess you could just glue it on. It's plastic. At least, yeah, it feels plastic. It's plastic, yeah. Color match is pretty good. And, oh, geez, overall, it's a pretty good piece. It just doesn't actually, you would have to glue it on if you wanted it to stay on. And I'm just never, ever going to do that. I'm always going to just leave the top off of this thing. So it didn't matter to me. What I wanted, though, was you had an option with a tan interior like this or a black interior. And I opted for the tan interior, obviously, on this. And I think that was the right choice. Man, what a beautiful car. And the wheels are really what does it for me. I mean, that is the most detailed 1/64 scale wheel I think I've ever seen. I mean, that is pretty darn crazy if you think about it, what they've done there. Door handles are actually, looks like separate pieces as well. So this is a very highly detailed little model and a very limited model, being that there's only 500 of this particular color made. So there's not that many out there in 1/64 scale. So this is kind of the cool stuff. You know, it's, I guess, not licensed, but again, I don't know that actually has, you know, that it matters at all. I'm going to see if I can just kind of rub that adhesive off with my finger without using any chemicals. And it looks like I can, and then I can probably just take a little microfiber to clean up my little fingerprint there. My fingerprint's on this casting, and I think it will be good. It's got like a rear view mirror in it, too. It's hard to get it to focus here that close. Trying to get in there. But man, this thing is so cool. So freaking cool. I wonder if there's an easier way to get this like hood to pop. Try doing this thing, but again, I want to be very, very extremely careful with it. And the easier way to get it to open actually would be just to screw it back on the base, and then I'd have more of an area to kind of pop it open. But I really don't want to do it. We saw in the beginning of the video, you're going to have to deal with it right there, and I think have I already damaged this? What is this? What is that? What is that right there? I need a tweezers, for crying out loud. What is this? What is this? I don't know what this is, or if it's even necessary. This looks like just a loose piece of something. There's just black on the plate back there, and then black on the plate up here, and it looks like it's almost a decal. This looks like it's almost a paired decal. Let's see if we can get it to focus. It's not for some reason. Auto. Doesn't want to focus on it. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I think that's actually supposed to be the decal for the back license plate. Or maybe it's the front one, and it's just an extra. We got an extra in there. So that's cool. I didn't break it. But, man, I mean, hard to argue with this as being very, very cool. So the question is it worth the price? I don't know. To get an example of something like this, when you start to compare it to, like, the other options in this scale that are in this price range, I think this thing is a complete winner. Man, does the trunk open on this thing? I'd be scared to try to pop it. No, it does not. I don't think it does anyway. And that panel gap is very, very small. I'd be really nervous to try to pop it, even if it does open. But man, it's almost like we gotta know, right? We have to know if it opens. I don't recall it opening or seeing that it opened in any of the pictures that I've seen of this on there. And would this open like backwards like the hood does? I just don't know, and I really don't want to mess with it too much. But you guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below of this little vehicle. If you think this is cool, if you think it's worth the price, would you get one of these? I'm probably going to get more from this brand. I'll probably at least get one more casting because I'm really kind of interested to see another one now that I got this one. I think this is like the newest casting from them. So there is a chance that it's the best, right? That there's not going to be much that's going to beat it. So maybe this is the best of it, but would be interested in checking out another one. I am curious about this trunk video. It almost looks like it would open. Like the gap is there. It's almost the same size as the gap here. But again, you got to be careful with these, and I really don't want to damage it. I think it's really awesome. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching another cool kind of oddball brand video, but man, this is as premium as I would argue that it gets in 1/64 scale. It's heavy too, by the way. The base, I don't know if I said that, is metal. So the base is metal. It's got these plastic little inserts. The base is metal though, and the body's metal, and it's pretty awesome. All right, thank you guys again for watching. Have yourself a good day.